Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA. Today's episode is number 303 of the 365-day trivia road trip. The questions for today's quiz come from the United Kingdom. Adela and Eric Cox have now sent in 2 trivia quizzes. Their first one came out right when I left on my last road trip, late September. This is their second one, so they've earned their road trip kit. I hope you guys enjoy the kit, and I hope everybody watching enjoys the questions. Let's get started. Question number 1. I am in Singapore and the year is 1883. I've just heard a phenomenal explosion coming from the south. I suspect it will be known as the loudest natural sound ever heard by human beings. What have I just heard? You've just heard the eruption of Krakatoa. Question number 2. The other day, the circus came to town. All my friends were going, but I told them that I would not be able to join them because I suffer from coulrophobia. Coulrophobia is the scientific name for the fear of what? Coulrophobia is the scientific name for the fear of clowns. Question number 3. 2 major rivers rise in the mountains of Turkey. One journeys through Syria before entering Iraq. The other enters Iraq directly, and then they flow almost the entire length of the country. They flow into each other at the city of Al-Qurna. What are these 2 rivers called? Those 2 rivers are the Tigris and the Euphrates. Question number 4. The sci-fi TV show Doctor Who was first transmitted by the BBC in black and white on November 23, 1963. William Hartnell, the first Doctor, introduced us to the TARDIS. What world-changing event happened the day before? Doctor Who came out on November 23rd. November 22nd, 1963 was the JFK assassination. Question number 5. Hurricanes form in the Atlantic Ocean and invariably move into the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, and the southern USA. Hurricane warnings are issued when winds reach 12 on the Beaufort scale, but this storm would only be classified as a Category 1. How many hurricane categories are there? A weak hurricane is a Category 1, and a big hurricane is a Cat 5. Category 5, there are 5 categories. Question number 6. The Large Hadron Collider is a huge donut underneath the border of Switzerland and France. If you understand what it does, well done. It is a part of the organization known as CERN. What do the letters CERN stand for? Personally, I have no idea what the Large Hadron Collider does, but the CERN stands for the European Council of Nuclear Research. Question number 7. The Spanish Riding School is a world-famous institution dedicated to the preservation of classical dressage and the training of Lipizzaner horses. A great many of those horses are bred locally, but some come from other parts of the globe. Where would you find this 450-year-old training establishment? City or country, or bonus points if you get them both? The answer is Vienna, Austria. Question number 8. Between Russia and Alaska is the Bering Strait. Situated there are 2 small islands that are less than 2.5 miles apart. Big Diomede is Russian, Little Diomede American. If it is January 1st on Big Diomede, what is the date on Little Diomede? The answer is December 31st. The international dateline runs right between them. Question number 9. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Words penned by Emma Lazarus in 1883. These words are displayed on a bronze plaque at the bottom of which very famous object? That poem is on the plaque at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Question number 10. In Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, the Council of Elrond tasked Frodo with taking the ring to Mordor and destroying it. 8 of those present volunteered to accompany him. They are called the Fellowship of the Ring. How many can you name? If you got them all, that is very impressive. Pause if you need to. The answer is Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Boromir, Samwise, Pippin, and Merry. Question number 11. 95 million miles above our heads is a yellow dwarf star, providing us with many of the constituents to maintain life. It is a nuclear fusion reactor. What is the main fuel element that is fusing into helium, light, and heat? What is the main element? The answer is hydrogen. Question number 12. Augusta Ada King, Countess of Lovelace, aka Ada Lovelace, was an English mathematician. She was involved with Charles Babbage and his analytical engine, for which she wrote the first algorithm. As a result, she is regarded as what?
Perfect.
If you look her up on Google, she is known as the very first computer programmer, Ada Lovelace. Question number 13. Bob Beeman's 29-foot, 21 1/4 inch long jump world record stood for an amazing 23 years. It still stands as the Olympic record today. In what city did Bob Beeman set this record at the 1968 Summer Olympics? The answer is Mexico City. Question number 14. Zara Tindall won silver with the British 3-day eventing team at the 2012 London Olympics. The team had their medals presented by a long-standing member of the IOC. Who presented Zara with her silver medal? There's a couple different ways you could answer this. You could say her mother, you could say the Princess Royal, or Princess Anne. Question number 15. When you have blood pressure taken, there are 2 figures written down. One is the systolic and the other is the diastolic. One measures pressure when your heart beats, and the other the pressure when your heart is at rest between the beats. Which is which? The systolic is when your heart beats, and the diastolic is when it is resting. Question number 16. On the first Tuesday of November, a horse race is run in a city in Australia. It starts at 3 p.m. on the day and is known as the race that stops a nation. What is this famous horse race called? The answer is the Melbourne Cup. Question number 17. The most iconic Bond car appeared for the first time in 1964's Goldfinger. It appears in several other movies, but then Bond kidnaps M and drives her to Scotland in 2012's Skyfall. where it seems to meet its end. What is the make and model of this car? When someone is talking about the Bond car, they are referring to the Aston Martin DB5. Question number 18. To the north of Norway, just shy of the Arctic Circle, is the island of Spitsbergen, part of the Svalbard archipelago. On that island is a seed depository, a storage area where it is hoped that eventually seeds from every plant on the planet will be stored. What is this facility called? It is called the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Question number 19. Frodo and Sam are walking through a glade in a wooded area of the Shire. They spy on the ground what they believe to be edible sporophores. What have they just found? Hint: hobbits love them, and no, they are not potatoes. They love to eat them. They are not potatoes, they are mushrooms. A sporophore is a mushroom. Question number 20. As the story goes, Lady Astor, an American married to an English nobility, said to a British politician, "Sir, if I were married to you, I would put poison in your coffee." The politician apparently replied, "Madam, if I were married to you, I would drink it." Who was this politician? The answer is Sir Winston Churchill. And I guess that's how we're gonna end this quiz, with a little shot from across the pond. Okay. Fair play, fair play. Thank you again to Adela and Eric Cox for 2 great quizzes. Hopefully you enjoy your road trip kit. I've enjoyed hosting your quizzes during the Quizlet challenge, and I'm pretty sure there's some viewers that have enjoyed playing your quizzes. I know we get comments quite often about our questions being too American-centric or American pop culture, so it's always nice to have a quiz that doesn't come from America. If you're one of those people that likes to complain about American questions, now's your chance to give this video a thumbs up or leave a comment down in the comment section for Adela and Eric and tell them that you've enjoyed playing their quiz today. Here's question 21, the tiebreaker for today's episode. The 3 most common temperature scales in use today are Fahrenheit, Celsius or centigrade, and Kelvin. The freezing point of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 0 degrees Celsius. What is the freezing point of water when using the Kelvin scale? Whichever player gets closest to this number is going to win the point, unless somebody gets it dead on, which is possible. Kelvin, water freezes at 273.15 Kelvin. And that is it for today. Thank you again, Adela and Eric. Thank you everybody who watched. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 304.